Rhiannon Potke has really been a standout athlete at Ventura High School. And while playing sports there, she saw many of her opponents without the same type of equipment that she and her teammates had. You know what? She did a wonderful thing. She vowed to do something about it. Potke is now running the nonprofit Goods for Greatness, which donates sports equipment to kids in need. In this week's edition, you'll see it, of Hometown Hero.
Hometown Hero, sponsored by Rotolo Chevrolet.
I love what you do with your nonprofit Goods for Greatness. Tell me why you started that.
Yeah, well, it's something that's been, something I've wanted to do since I was a kid, to be honest. I had a lot of teammates that were from kind of low-income households, and I could see, we would drive them home, and you could see kind of the poverty they lived in, and I'd always see them come with cleats or, bats that were really old, and I always thought, like, man, that's not fair. These kids don't kind of get what my parents were able to afford. And we were just middle class. Just always stuck in my mind that if I can get the opportunity to ever one day make sure that kids can have the equipment to play sports and have the playing fees paid for, I really want to try to do that as best I could.
You played competitive tennis and high school sports, of course, at Ventura High, softball, soccer, basketball. What did sports do for you in your life?
From meeting friends to getting, confidence and getting just a really positive influences in my life from coaches and teammates and everything. And really can't say enough about just the qualities outside of just the competition that it brought me in. And that's kind of the reason the nonprofit too. I don't want kids missing out on that because it's such an invaluable resource.
Some of the people that you've helped are Walter Moody, who's the tennis coach at Wainimi High, and you gave the team rackets. What is it like to help out a place where you grew up and a coach that you know?
And that's one thing I've made a priority. I mean, we help all over the country, but SoCal, because I was raised there and I know the needs there and I know some of the coaches there and how much passion they have to help kids, I always want to give back there. I definitely make that a huge priority. And Walter's been a guy that he's been teaching tennis to kids that, really would have no other way to learn tennis since I've been alive. I mean, as long as I can remember, even when I was starting to play. So anytime I can help out Walter and for all he's done, because he's spent so much money of his own to give back to these kids.
The thing that's really cool about what Rhiannon does is, a racket can change your whole mindset, and I've seen it happen time and time and time again, right? And, Rhiannon, she's an angel, right? And she looks after us, and God bless her, I get kind of emotional thinking about it, but she's just, she's top notch. They talk about growing the game, she's growing the game, because those kids, come out and, in the summer, we're out here, we're practicing every day, and they show up before I do, right? I turn the corner, and there's 20 kids at the gate, right, ready to go.
The tennis racket you're holding was donated by Rhiannon Potke and Goods for Greatness. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, because I started off with the lower racket. It wasn't the best racket. And this racket really helped me improve my shots more.
The racket I had beforehand was actually a hand-me-down from my dad. And the racket was a little too small. So it was actually really nice to get this as a gift.
I think it's really helped us with everything. It's making us become better, giving us shoes, Not everyone can afford it, so it's given us a step to keep playing.
You battled fibromyalgia for a long time, and I know you're in pain a lot. How does doing things for others sort of help you with the obstacles you face?
Oh yeah, it's been huge. I mean, I got that, right after high school started. So it's been about 20 something years, and just being able to kind of have something to focus on that's positive every day is, it gives me a reason to get up despite the fact that my body does not want to feel like getting up. Definitely just a huge blessing in my life to be able to have something like this to focus on when times are, not feeling too good for me. And honestly, it puts things in perspective. My stuff's not that bad when I see some of this stuff that these kids are dealing with. It does stink, but it's not the end of the world, and there is worse. And if I can help other kids try to avoid some of those, bad things, it just it helps me tremendously.
Giving back. What it really is all about, and while it's a very special story, it's extra special to you.
Yeah, I got to know Rhiannon. She used to write for the Ventura County Star, so I would see her out at high school events all the time. So this is someone who's really passionate about their community, as a community journalist covering high school sports, and obviously now giving back. And yeah, tennis racket or baseball bat could change a lot of things for a kid.